Welcome back, America. Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn is going to be the next governor of the volunteer state. She joins us now. Senator Blackburn, welcome. Before I turn to some dark topics about the murder of Charlie, I did want to pass along one of my wife's closest friends and oldest friends, Dr. Marcy, moved to Tennessee, got involved with the Isaiah 117 houses down there, told me that you're a big supporter of that effort. I'd never heard of them before. My hat is off to you and to Tennessee, where I think it began, and it's spreading like wildfire across the United States. Boy, do we need Isaiah 117 houses.
Yes, indeed we do. It is something that has worked very well in our community because people that love the Lord and people that want to help rescue souls that are hurting and give them a safe landing spot, and that is what they're putting their energy into.
Well, I know you're looking forward to be governor. I want to ask, when you get there, what are you going to do about your schools? You've begun a charter school movement in Tennessee. It needs to get bigger and better. And now we've got this Gen Z problem of kids dipped in the deep internet who are becoming radicalized. And it's not something susceptible to lawmaking, but it is susceptible to education. How do you tackle that?
Well, actually, we have a hearing going on right now, Hugh. I stepped out of it to join you.
Oh, thank you.
And it is what is happening to kids with these chatbots. And last week, I held a hearing in the subcommittee I chair, Privacy, Technology, and the Law, on what is happening to kids in the metaverse. And indeed, social media platforms do have a responsibility on this. Right now, parents do not have a toolbox that they can use to work with their kids in order to put in place the protections they need. Social media platforms are not required to have a duty of care or safety by design in order to protect people when they are in that virtual space. And these chatbots are very sensual. They get into sensual conversations with children. They also promote adverse activity, suicide, cyberbullying, things of that nature. And we see in social media, whether it's Instagram or we've talked about Meta, we've talked about Snap. Of course, with the Charlie Kirk killing, the young man was on Discord, which is one of these platforms for video gaming. And what you see is the social media companies saying they have no responsibility. Indeed, they do. And it is important that we pass the Kids Online Safety Act and we make certain that these platforms are held to account.
Would the Kids Online Safety Act, Senator, allow for parents whose children have suffered harm to bring lawsuit? Because the moment that happens, the world changes because the trial lawyers will crush them.
And there is a right of action, but that they have, or I should say recourse. There is a channel for reporting these actions. Just like with my Report Act, social media is now required to report pedophiles to NCMEC, and then law enforcement can work with NCMEC on these traffickers and sex traffickers and pedophiles and predators that are going after children.
Now, Senator, if I can switch to a question about Charlie. Is Turning Point big in Tennessee? I don't know.
Yes, it is. We have several chapters that are in the state, and Charlie Kirk was someone that I so enjoyed working with, speaking at the Turning Point conferences, being on his program, and he was just such a great guy. I had recently texted back and forth with him about something, and my grandson had wanted to start a Turning Point chapter at his high school, and he was not allowed to do that. And I texted Charlie about it, and he came in supporting my grandson and encouraging him. And I think that's one of the wonderful things about Charlie Kirk, is that kids knew that he was for them. He was cheering for them. He was encouraging them, and he wanted the very best that life has to offer for them.
So how is your reaction to the online hatred that is volcano-like exploded in the aftermath of his assassination?
And it is just so horrific to me that we have people who would cheer the political assassination of an individual. To me, that is just something that is so foreign. What would cause someone to have that kind of hate and vile in their heart, that vitriol, that they would cheer that someone had been assassinated? And we've had some professors and some teachers in Tennessee. We also had a Secret Service employee that all ended up being dismissed because of what they were doing and what they were saying online. And how sad it is to see some of these individuals who are in positions of responsibility for our nation's youth out here cheering someone's death because of their beliefs and because of the words that they spoke.
And the last question, Senator, soon to be Governor Blackburn. There are whispers about attacks on Kash Patel, and I'm batting them down because I think he's got a very difficult agency to turn around, and I'm not sure that the administrative state is willing to work with him. What do you say to those critics of Patel?
And I was so pleased that we had Director Patel in front of us at Judiciary Committee today. And he did a wonderful job of making the case of why he is and how he is reforming the FBI, having them focused on the task. And to people that are a part of the deep state or part of the bureaucracy, you know, Hugh, they want the bureaucracy here in D.C. to grow. And of course, Kash said, we don't need a new building. Let me tell you where you can move us. We need agents in the field. Indeed, he has sent agents to Memphis to carry out Operation Viper, which has been enormously successful. Over 500 arrests of gang members, over 100 indictments, and more to come.
That's wonderful. Marsha Blackburn.